So we have another joyful, wonderful, smiley, happy speaker for you next. Timpany. She is a joy coach. She facilitates epic breakthroughs for those who want to play more, work less, have more energy, and live with greater purpose, passion, and prosperity. Anne has successfully navigated the journey from a life that sucked to living a joyful life of vibrant energy and passionate purpose. And I gotta tell you, there's nothing more specific. This totally describes Anne having gone through coach training with her. These words are true and accurate. She lives the process that she teaches through personal coaching, fantastic group classes, joyful retreats. She's got some wonderful upcoming retreats coming at the Grand Teton National Park. How cool is that?
Very cool.
Yes, Thailand. She's doing retreats in Thailand. That's amazing. She's teaching classes on everything from discovering your life purpose to conscious relationships, playing the game of life, these are all the titles, and the art of joyful eating. And mayhap also a couples retreat that might be in the works.
All in the works.
All in the works. She's getting asks for that. So her creative and intuitive coaching is a method that allows you to experience profound breakthroughs in your spiritual, your personal life, your professional life, so you can live your dreams, speak your truth, and be a powerful agent of positive change in the world. This is Anne. Who are you? Who are you really? You are joy. You are peace. You are beauty. You are compassion. You are forgiveness. You are harmony. You are truth. You are gratitude. You are love. Every single one of you is that essence. Always, all the time. So we come into this physical world as a soul, here to navigate the physical plane. Those qualities are the essence of who all of us really are, always. And yet, we come into physical bodies, this body-mind vessel that is our vehicle of the physical plane. And we don't get an operating manual. We're occupying this body-mind vessel that's laden with conditioned programming from our evolutionary past. And this programming is everything that's the opposite of love. It's the doubt, the fear, the lack, the scarcity, the judgment. And we navigate the balance between the two ends of the spectrum the entire time we're here on this physical plane. This polarity between the best of us and the worst of us. And it's within every single one of us, always. On my journey, I've discovered that laughter is the key that helps us to align with the best part of ourselves. We always have both aspects within us, always. We will have the love, we will have the doubt. But when we have conscious tools and awareness, we can live our lives with so much more passion, purpose, clarity, love, gratitude, hope and gratitude, and all of the best of ourselves in every moment. But we've got to have the tools. So how did I discover this? Well, 2 years ago is when I started laughter yoga. It's been only 2 years. It feels like it's in my whole lifetime. But 2 years ago, I discovered laughter yoga. Went through the leader training. I went down to Albuquerque, went through the teacher training with Dr. Katari. And at that time, I was in the midst of a really, really challenging marriage. It felt very toxic to me. Just my experience of it at the time, I was not doing very well as a spouse, and neither was my partner, and we created a condition that felt really toxic. It was not an environment in which I wanted to raise my child. And I felt really stuck. I was too scared to go out on my own and be a single mom. I didn't have a career at the time. I didn't know what I was going to do. And I discovered laughter yoga. And it was like this lifeline, something to hold on to, that little by little, I did my laughter exercises over the phone, no less. I live in rural Idaho, so there wasn't any laughter clubs to be found for thousands of miles. So over the phone, week after week, I got on the phone and laughed and conducted my laughter yoga leader training virtually over the phone by myself. I'd never even laughed with a person. And so week after week, as I laughed for no reason, I discovered little by little clarity emerging. And after 7 weeks of my laughter yoga leader training, I woke up one day and I just knew in every cell of my body, I just had a whole being knowing that it was time to end that marriage. And that was a very, very difficult decision, one that I did not take lightly. But yet at the same time, it was such a relief because I'd been in such despair and suffering and confusion for so long. To have clarity was such a relief. And the next day is when I flew down to Albuquerque to go through the laughter yoga teacher training and train with Dr. Katari, in which I laughed for 5 days straight with 40 of the most beautiful, amazing people I've ever met in my entire life, coming from rural Idaho and showing up to this love fest. I'm like, oh my God, where have you been all my life? You guys are amazing. And that's kind of what blew open the doors for my journey of transformation. So over the last 2 years, I found the courage to file for divorce and jump off that cliff and become a single mom. I didn't have a career at the time. I had a lot of different things in my background that I could have done, but none of them brought me joy. And at that time, I knew I'm at a crossroads in my life. I can take that route in which I go be a single mom, get a job that pays the bills, and do your thing, and then 20 years later, you're like, now what do I want to do with my life? Or right now, I could follow my heart. And I didn't even know where that heart was leading, but I knew I was supposed to laugh. So I jumped off that cliff, armed with only trust and laughter. Scared to death. Scared to death. But that regular laughter practice was my lifeline to that which is greater than myself, that is which is greater than all of us, that in which we are always safe and always supported in every moment. I didn't know what I was going to do. I had Linda LeClaire as a role model. Here's a woman who is making a living laughing. I want to be her. She was my role model. And then I realized, just like somebody else said yesterday, we're not here to be anybody else. We're here to be us. Each one of us has our own unique gifts, passions, interests, skills, and purpose that is unique. None of us have the same purpose as anybody else. So I started down this meandering journey of discovering, what is it that I am here to do? What are my gifts? What are my skills? What are my passions? How can I best be of service to people? I don't know, but all I know is I have to keep laughing. And my weekly laughter club was my lifeline. I didn't know a thing except every Tuesday at noon, I'd show up on the green belt, which is this park along the Snake River in Idaho Falls. I put up my signs, come laugh with me. Idaho Falls is a very conservative area, and so that took, I don't know, people just looked at me and said, you're not from around here. But week after week, the more I laughed again, the more I got clarity on what my heart was really calling me to do. And I knew I wanted to work with people one-on-one, because there's people who come to Laughter Club and there's people who can't come to Laughter Club because laughter is too far of a reach for them. I got intensely interested in why do some people, why are they unable to laugh? Or even those days when people come to Laughter Club and it's just like, you can read their whole energy is just like, I'm really having trouble getting my ignition started today. I got passionately interested in why is that? Why do people have trouble laughing? And so I knew that my passion was in the human journey and the universality of what we all experience. Why laughter is so distant at times of our lives. I lost my laugh for many, many years, which now that I think about it, feels like the ultimate sin. I mean, that's who I am, is laughter, and I really couldn't laugh for a long time. So I found myself in a laughter life coaching course to become a certified coach, to do one-on-one coaching last year. And that's really opened the doors for me to begin serving people in the way that I feel best equipped to serve, and open the doors for my own path from scarcity and lack and doubt and fear into abundance, prosperity, and living the life of my dreams and helping other people live their lives as well. So one of the things that I found is that on this journey, the thing that we each need to do is take 100% responsibility for our experience of life. The motto I had and have continued to have is no excuses, no exceptions. And that's a tough road to take. Taking 100% responsibility for everything that happens in my life is founded upon an assumption that as a soul, I came into this world intending to learn particular lessons that would help me on my own journey of growth and expansion. And I have created for myself some really difficult lessons that took me to the pit of despair, to the depth of suffering, to some really hard times. And to own that and say, I'm responsible for that. I created that. That's hard work. And yet, laughter greases those wheels to say, I created that. I manifested that. Laughing at myself has been my lifeline out of every pitfall I've fallen in, every quagmire, every quicksand that I've gotten stuck in. Ha, ha, I don't know if you've heard the quote by Rumi. He wrote once, your task is not to seek love, but to seek and discover all of the barriers that you've created within yourself to love. And that quote has been one of my guideposts along this journey. And laughter has been the tool that has helped me discover, bring clarity to, and then release those obstacles within myself to love. The more you laugh, the more you can love. We all know this, that's why we're here. You can feel it, you see it with all the people you work with. But on your own personal journey of transformation and growth and blossoming into your fullest potential, into your shining light that you are here to live, laughter is your tool for expansion. It takes you out of those walls of limitation, the smallness, the boxes of limiting beliefs, scarcity. It gives you a little more breathing room. Releases that tension, the beliefs about who we are that aren't true at all. You know who you are, your love, your joy, your compassion, your gratitude, your harmony, your truth. Anything else that you think about yourself is just a label. Anything else that you've come to identify as yourself. It's just a belief. You know what we can do with beliefs. So, as we let go of those limiting beliefs and those distortions of reality that keep us from shining our light fully and living our true purpose. I don't know, purpose isn't always the best word, but we call it purpose. Just allowing your true essence to shine into the world. As you let go of everything that is keeping you from doing that, you find that you are a much more clear vessel through which powerful creative energy can flow. You start aligning with that creative force that is flowing through you in a way that is unique to only you. You discover that you are a powerful creator of reality, your own reality. Now, some people use the language of manifesting, so I'll talk about that for just a minute. When I say you create your own reality, it goes right hand in hand with creating your own experience of life, taking 100% responsibility for every element of your life, every interaction, every person. Now, if you created it by unconscious pattern and default before, once you have conscious awareness and power, there is no limit to what you can't do on this physical plane. This is why I talk about getting to be a driver's license for your soul. So once you know how to operate this body-mind vessel, man, it's like getting behind the wheel of a Lamborghini. You can cruise and go on any highway that you want. Any highway you want to live in this life is yours. It's up to you to create it with your own physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual awareness and intention. So I call this sometimes the art of joyful manifesting. You get clear on what you want. Get really clear on the life that you want to live, the people you want to serve, the impact you want to have in the world. And I'm not talking about, I want to have a nice car and a big screen TV. I'm talking about your purpose to help expand and evolve humanity to a higher level of consciousness. I know that's why every one of us is here, because we know that laughter has that power, and that's what's drawn us to do this work. As it flows through you, and you get clear on how do I want to impact this world and leave it a better place than when I came in, you get clear on how you want to do that. What does that look like for you? The beauty is, it doesn't mean sacrifice or hardship or struggle or toil. This is a journey that is filled with joy. You've heard that quote by Joseph Campbell. Follow your bliss, and doors will open where before there had been none. You follow your bliss. Listen to your heart. What makes you feel good? What brings you joy? And that is your guiding post, your guideline, your North Star. So, there are no limits. And it gets really fun. Really fun. For example, when I started 2 years ago, I had this idea. Oh, I really want to start a laughter travel company. Go visiting laughter clubs all over the world and connect the spirit of laughter in every culture. So last year, first experiment, I collaborated with Jeffrey Breyer, and we did a laughter tour of Europe. We visited laughter clubs in Austria, Switzerland, Italy, and Slovenia. It's our maiden voyage. And this was just kind of a test run, testing the waters. So everywhere else we went, everyone spoke English, but when we got to Slovenia, nobody spoke English, and so I got to live my experiment to see, does laughter really transcend all languages and cultural differences and really connect the heart at a deeper level? And after laughing with 150 Slovenians for a day, it felt like I'd been at a family reunion. We didn't exchange any words, we just laughed together, we made eye contact. And it was this beautiful, open-hearted connection that was just this amazing bond connected. So, after that, I was, still on fire about the idea, but I realized planning travel for a group is a lot of work. Maybe I don't really want to do that. So I have the same concept, but have somebody else do all the work for it. And so, how do I do that? Well, this is how I do everything, and how I've manifested amazing things in my life, and I'll talk more about that in the breakout session later. But just a month ago, I got a phone call from a gal who said, "Say, I just heard about you and your amazing Teton retreat." I did a retreat in the Grand Teton National Park in August. It was amazing. And word had gotten out, and this gal said, "I run a tour company. And I would like you to come and lead a tour to Thailand, and I will take care of all the planning for you." So, I mean, that's just one little anecdote example, but the point I'm making here is you have that power. It's not just me. It's when you align with your best part of who you are and laugh to release all your resistance and just continue laughing and following your heart, trusting your journey, trusting your path, opening your heart to more and more and more love and laughter, compassion, forgiveness, gratitude, and all the rest. You can be a powerful creator, powerful beyond anything you have ever experienced. And any life that you want to create is yours. It's that easy. It's supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
That's why we came. That's why we came. At some point, you get to the point where you experience, just like the Buddha wrote, when you realize how perfect everything is, you will throw back your head and laugh at the sky. Yeah. That is exactly what this reality can be. You are truth. You are beauty. You are love. You're compassion. You are laughter. You are all of those things. And that's always within you. Always. There's always two ends to choose from in every moment. The more you laugh, you can pivot away from what you don't want and move toward what you do want. I've got a whole set of what I call embodying joy laughter exercises that I want to share with you during the breakout session, where we put into practice what it means to embody the highest part of ourselves, using our whole body and whole being to release resistance and move in that direction through laughter exercises. So that's what we're doing in the breakout session. In the meantime, just remember, don't take life so seriously.